Welcome to Tarot Q&A Tuesday with Fiona. We're asking the questions to the tarot. Many people have sent questions in. However, before we get to that, we're going to do a collective reading for everyone who is watching this episode, either today or whether you're watching it in years to come. This is the message that we need to hear, or you need to hear right now. So we'll just take a moment or two to get into the collective reading because there's a lot of crazy energy going on out there. And guess what else? It's the full moon. Well, actually, it was last night. However, we're still in full moon vibes. Now, what this means, guys, what this means for us is it's time to be very aware of what we need to let go of at this time, what we no longer need. The full moon is a fantastic time to release all the BS, we could say. And that actually means becoming more aware of our blocks, what could be holding us back, and what is, the kind of the shadow that is our closest to the surface layer to be revealed and removed. I have to say, oh my goodness, my mum just sent me this video of these kids seeing their shadow for the first time, like their actual shadow, like the one from the sun on their body. And my goodness, it was hilarious if you've seen it. I thought it was quite ironic because, as you know, we consider the subconscious mind to be our shadow self in the work I do. And that means that, well, in literal sense, people are scared of their own shadow. So whilst this was like quite funny, this video of kids running away from their own shadows, it's actually what we do as adults, unless we want to wake up and be more enlightened. Hello, Monty, or otherwise known as Andrew. I always like to tell everyone that Andrew and I were in Standard 3 together. How cool is that? I'm going to mute you now, though, Andrew, so that I can get amongst it, okay? So nice to have you here. All right. We are going to pull, I don't know how many cards are coming through here right now. What do we all need to hear right now? Let's just get into it. Hey, Brenda. Thanks for tuning up. I wondered if you might today. And oh, this is nice. Vanessa McLaren. I was just thinking of you literally yesterday, or might have been today. I went to email somebody and your name came up. So nice to have you here and all other people as well. Now, we'll begin with the collective reading with the High Priestess card, okay? So this is the divine feminine goddess. She is the virgin in the tarot, and she is also highly intuitive. So she is symbolic of our own intuition. Now, who's got their, Brenda, can you turn your mute on, or everybody turn their mute to mute? That'll be great. Now, while we pull the rest of the cards, whilst we can pull one card and that's insightful, but it doesn't tell us much of a story initially, and then we will be away laughing with a message of how you can use this today to deepen your life experience and have more abundance, purpose, and freedom. Okay, what we're going to do is say, this is what we need to feel into as a collective right now, our intuition. We need to literally feel more, okay? We need to feel our heart and our gut instincts and our experience of life, rather than being stuck in the head and going round in circles. Now, I actually have somebody who has actually been experiencing vertigo lately. Now, vertigo is obviously the dizzy feeling in the head. And the interesting thing about this is she's been very caught up in her head with some stress around a certain guy. And whilst it's not strictly a girl to guy thing or a guy to it can be a guy to girl thing, right? We can get so consumed in our head with either a work issue or a relationship problem or our body issues or health problems, anything that we just want an answer for, yet often we have to wait and see what happens. And that's really a patience test. However, the message is literally your body will speak your mind. If we don't actually tap out of our head enough and we stay stuck there instead of in our innate heart and following our heart, we'll literally get physical symptoms that'll push us along our way. Sometimes when people are racing ahead too much, they'll break their leg or something to slow them down. Sometimes people get sick when they need to hand down with the rush at work. Sometimes people get vertigo when they're overthinking. So how do you get into your heart? Well, I find the fastest way personally is literally just to take 3 deep conscious breaths into the tummy and out the mouth. So breathe in the nose so that you puff out your tummy, and then breathe it out through the mouth. And this actually concentrates our focus into our body and out of our head. That's just my quick tip. But we have a suggestion that it is important we all start to anchor into that feeling space. And that is, in fact, being more attached to our divine feminine qualities. This is if we are a man or a woman. And this is qualities like being more self-nurturing, caring for others, being self-compassionate, feeling like moving slowly through your days, not in a rush all the time, especially all the rushing woman out there, which I know I've got that rushing woman syndrome myself that I've been recovering from for the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So it's about coming into that tranquility, touching with nature, really bringing out those feminine qualities as power points, not as weakness. I'll tell you what the opposite of being in your powerful feminine energy for both men and women is being victimized or blaming or complaining or not self-loving or feeling selfish or acting selfish or staying stuck in your head, ignoring your emotions. These are things that are the negative side of the feminine vibe. They're an out of balance feminine energy. So if you're feeling any of that, any pettiness, any jealousy, any unkindness, or even if you've got the hump, even if you think that someone is being unkind to you and you can't see another perspective, that's also slightly out of balance, because to be truly in our feminine energy is in fact to accept people as they are and to understand. And why would we do that? Why would we accept and understand unkind people? We would do it for our own benefit. We will do it because we choose to live our life from our heart, from love, from the source energy. We choose to live guided by the universe rather than by our old conditioning from society and our history, our lineage, etc. That's a bit of a story, isn't it? And when we do this, there is a gift. There is a bonus gift when you do this. Oh, hi, Sharon. Nice to have you over here. Now, we have the Ace of Swords as the second part to this equation. And the Ace of Swords is indicating, as you can see from this card, an idea that comes out of thin air. See that puff, that like cloud that represents out of the blue. I always say that these are these moments that we get when we're like in the shower, supposedly not thinking, right? We're just cleaning our hair, washing our hair, and all of that jazz. And suddenly we get this idea, this brainwave out of the blue. That is what I like to call inspired ideas, spontaneous inspiration. Okay. Now, why am I telling you this? Because you can have the spontaneous inspiration, which can lead to a wonderful step forward into getting the life you want. So if this spontaneous inspiration could look like, I need to start a new business, I want to shift jobs, or it could be like, I think I'm going to go to that local cafe today, that new one, and see what's going down there. Or it could be the name of your new business, or it could be the name of your first child, or it could be just the inspiration to have a different type of breakfast. It's just an idea, and it may seem a ridiculous idea. It may seem not sensible. It may seem illogical. I encourage you to explore the spontaneous ideas. And you are more likely to get them when you strengthen your intuition. And we've given you one step. So to do the breath work, to tap into your heart. And you can also just start a more of a self-loving practice, because when we let go of things that make us not self-loving, like when we release self-doubt and we increase self-acceptance, we naturally reduce our shadow side, otherwise known as limiting subconscious beliefs, which is big, dirty old roadblocks in the way of our flow to living our best life. Does that make sense? Are you guys understanding on what page I'm on here? Now, once we've got that spontaneous inspiration, take time to go within to allow the next part to evolve. This is the hermit. He's not racing into the idea with his mind. Now that he's got the idea, he has to figure it out. No, no, no. Back up the truck, because that's what people do. They get the idea and then they go back to their head. And that's defeating the whole purpose. So we must stay there. Honestly, I've done this plenty of times in my life, both ways, and I can guarantee you this is how to best receive all the abundance and all the love that you deserve. For example, I am ambitious. I'm so driven. I want to create. I want to do stuff. I want to see momentum. I want results. And the more that I try and find the next big idea, the more stressed I get and the harder it is. The more I spend time doing things I love, find joy, look after my well-being, the easier it comes. Sometimes the ideas and the flow of work comes so easily that it almost feels like it's not enough. And that's just an old story that I've got of myself, of my own anyway. In fact, this hack today, I just busted out about a week's worth of copy for this amazing new thing that I'm offering. I actually can't even believe it's myself, but this happened because the timing was right and I hadn't tried to force it before. That is my point. Just be mindful. Okay, so that is the great message for the collective today. Be aware that you are intuitive, even if you're not using it. So start with baby steps to choose to listen to your heart more, and be very mindful of those spontaneous ideas that you get when you least expect them. And then step forward with that idea, and then rest again and allow the next part of the equation to be shown to you, to be gifted to you when the time is right. Patience. We've talked about this nearly every week. It's not our virtue, is it? Oh no, patience is a virtue. It's not our, you know what I mean. All right, we're going to get into the questions. Let's begin with Jess. Can I get a vibe on a job I'm applying for in London? Anyone on Instagram want to ask a question? Simply punch it into the chat. Jessica, is this the card for you that fell out? Well, all we will say here, Jessica, we've got the Hierophant. Now, for those who are learning tarot, the Hierophant is kind of like a guru. In this image, he presents as a pope. And what this is implying for the job you've applied for is that it's definitely aligned with your values. That this character, this archetype, the Hierophant, he is very clear on what his beliefs are and what his values are in life and what he stands for. And that's what he preaches to people that are coming to him for advice. If it comes up in a question like this, we would encourage you to look into where you would be a guru in your life. Like, what is it that you can help people with the knowledge and wisdom that you've gained throughout your life? And yeah, so that would be a yes card, a positive card, Jess. I just want to get another one for you, because that's a great start. If you find a job that's aligned with your values, I mean, there's a lot of people out there doing jobs that are not aligned with your values. In fact, I can see you coming to a crossroads. Let's just say, is it it's a step closer. I feel this job, Jess, has planted a seed to move into that direction and look for jobs in that topic. So it's planted a seed that has launched some new ideas about possibilities for how you can use your skills in a slightly different sector to what you have done before. Yeah, the decision is not made yet. It's definitely not made yet. Keep looking amongst that new, what do you call it? That new category. We'll go with that. Let's launch into Megan's question. Speaking of launching, I have launched a new business concept today. I'm both excited and nervous. Have I taken the correct action for my highest good and business success? Okay, we'll ask two questions. Is it correct action for you? And will this be, we'll say, financially beneficial? Will it actually lead to some additional, like, we're in business, although I seem to work for love these days. It is to make money in business, even though I particularly do enjoy what I do. Sometimes I need to remember it's a business too. So anyway, on that note, Megan, yes, this is the sign of somebody coming into their personal power step by step. This is the number 8, the 8 of Pentacles. That's money, 8 of money. Working in with, hello, Sarah, working in something they love and working up the ladder, making more money and gaining more skills as you go. It is absolutely correct action for your personal evolution. And by that, it also felt that it was financially beneficial as well. Do we get a different card just to reinforce the finances? Yeah, but now I'm pulling the Empress, which is a yes card. If I was asking, is it prosperous? However, the Empress is also a pregnant lady. Like, she is the creator. This has good legs, Megan. And I'm feeling your vibe right now because I feel like I'm in that launching phase myself. Therefore, this is prime time for you to be getting it all, the ducks in a row now before next year. We're in 8th year in the next year. It's all about personal power coming into your greatest abundance and success. Number 8 for 2024. And it's a full moon. Remember, full moon vibes last night and today. Therefore, it's good to let go of the old way of doing things and make room for this new business opportunity. Oh, Jessica's left because she's got her answer. All right, Andrew, let's see. Monty, what a great question you've got here, Andrew. What avenue would lead to the best happiness in the upcoming year? It's a very thorough question, this one from Andrew. He's got adventure, to settle, or to take a risk. He thinks the adventure might be traveling again, to settle would be keeping it the status quo for the job and living arrangements, and to risk something would be to completely change his job and move somewhere different in New Zealand. Well, that's gutsy and I admire it. Before I even get into this question, I'm going to say, Andrew, what out of those, which one lights your heart up the most? Can you tune into that collective consciousness suggestion and look at it as, if you imagine yourself separately doing each individual one of those choices, which one makes you go, oh my God, that'd be so amazing? And which one goes, oh, it's a bit scary? If it's scary and that scary fear that you need to get out of your own way, that does not mean a no. But if it's like, oh no, it just doesn't feel right, that's a definite no. But that's just logical spiritual wisdom. Logical spiritual wisdom. That's an interesting mix because spirituality isn't always that logic. However, it's very strong and advisable advice to follow. So what should we do here? Pick 3 cards. One for it. I'm going to pick 4 cards. Do you know why, Monty? Because the 4th one is going to be something else. just to add a spanner in your works. The adventure. What are the vibe of Andrew traveling again? Traveling. Is that one? One. Two. 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 Is that one? One. Three. 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 Blind tarot. For those of you on Instagram, we are doing speed tarot today. However, you can book a one-on-one reading with me anytime for an hour. I do 1 hour readings on Zoom. You can get the recording, listen to it over and again. These readings are great to gain clarity on your current situation, to find out a probable outcome of a challenge, to help you to understand lessons that are going on in your challenges, to help you to understand more of your soul's purpose. What the heck are you personally here to do on this planet, and how to make your dreams come true more easily. So it's pretty well worth a session, isn't it? And I do love reading, as you can tell. And then there's other things we do as well that we'll talk about later. Right, are these the cards for Andrew? Okay, are you nervous? Are you nervous? Well, let me put it this way. I have 3 very positive cards and one that doesn't need to be looked at all, Andrew. Now, look at these. Look at the power in these cards. I'm going to talk you through about the overall energy. The one that I put back was the number 4. There's something else. So what I want you to congratulate yourself on is that you've already got some great ideas on the table. Now it's coming down to feeling into what's most important for you. Is it most important that you have this experience of balance, of giving and taking, of mutual, like just a sensible ebb and flow of money? It's not money. It's a sharing and caring kind of lifestyle. Or would you like to build yourself up into stronger independence and develop your creativity and become more of an expert at something? Or would you like to spend more time socializing and just having fun and celebrating life? If you know the answer to that, then pick it now and see if it aligns with the option that your heart lights up with. Because the traveling idea is the give and take, is the sharing and caring. These are the experiences of building community, relationships, family with people. Then the adventure, the settling, staying at home and just doing the same thing gives you a chance to build your own personal creativity and to develop just get really good at being you without having external things that need to be part of your happiness. Like, find more about who you are and what your special, unique gifts are. And then the last option is all about just having fun, socializing, seeing friends. What means, obviously, you want a balance of all of them along the way. So to be fair, there's a bit of a vibe that you can kind of do them all. I mean, you can go traveling for a few months, come home and either stay in the same line of work and move locations, or move location, or don't move locations and change jobs. Definitely a time for a bit of self-reflection and self-discovery, yet it doesn't feel like it's completely blocked. It's just about feeling into it, intuition, and making the best choice. Whew. On to the next. Does anybody on Instagram have a question for me? Well, I'm going to move on to Michelle, since she's turned up in the Zoom room today. So, by the way, guys, we're not doing YouTube live these days because I just cannot get a good internet reception here for that. Speaking of which, am I blurry to you? Is my picture frozen on the Zoom? Can you tell me in the chat? Because I need to know how it's going. And thank you for the compliment in the chat, Michelle, as I ask your question. Michelle Michelle had a birthday 2 days ago, and we are going to pull her a random card as a feeling for this entire new year, not the year as in the year 2023 or 24, but more Michelle's personal experience of being at this age. What is your random card? Michelle. We've got the Ace of Swords again. Always get the same cards multiple times, don't we? Ace of Swords. This is the year of all these amazing ideas coming at you. And yes, it should be. I fear this is very work related. And also, oh, that's interesting. I just had a feeling for you about something. Yeah. How can you can you feel into the energy of a product or service that you could make that can help people balance? Oh, I can't find the words. I can only feel it. Balance, creativity. Something about helping people to get out of the cold, so to speak. Like if they're feeling really isolated, lost, or lonely, can you help them to find better balance through igniting a spark of creativity? Now that does align with what you do. I think what we're trying to get here are the words that you talk about to promote what you do. Really resonating with the fact that your unique ways of helping people, helping people just to find themselves again. But it sounds a bit cliche, doesn't it? Yeah, it's really understanding people that are in that lost zone before they can find what they're supposed to be doing in the world. They just need to come back to that balance in the center of themselves, and then they can make better choices when they're feeling their own passions. You help people to find their passion, or help them to come back home to themselves in a creative sense. Cool. It's quite hard to explain. However, do you know does it actually make any sense to you, Michelle? And do you think, oh, good. It's not, yeah. So if I think of one of the blocks for you, Michelle, is how do you sell what you offer? And so it needs to be, where is the client at now and where do you get them? And that's kind of the words that we're working with here. It's not about helping people to even launch their new business or something. It's simply helping them to come back into their own alignment with who they are as a character. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to whip into Leah's question. Actually, no, we're not. Are you still here, Sharon? Because I'll ask you as well, you're live. Sharon, a friend and I have applied for 2 rental properties. Will we get one of them? Hey guys, well, the tarot can be used to ask ourselves these yes/no questions, but it's mostly best used to ask questions that help you to develop more of your skills, your innate gifts, and to help you get over challenges. It's a real self-discovery tool, not so much like a fortune-telling tool. While we can see the energy that's lining up, I just want to explain that you really can maximize the benefit of asking questions by, how can I be my best self? What's stopping me from the next layer unfolding? Sharon, in the meantime, is there good energy around you actually getting one of the properties that you applied for? I feel so. I feel there is good energy around this. Is there anything that you need to do? No, I don't think so. Just want to double check something for you. Yeah, I feel quite good about it, actually. Oh my gosh, pressure's on, isn't it? But yeah, I do actually feel that it's quite good. And what can I tell you about it? It's a fresh start. a bit of a new love, not new, I say new love. I didn't really mean new love as in you having a new love immediately, like a partner. More, it just feels like a fresh start to, you know, I guess self-love, but that's not what I was meaning either. Setting up a loving environment, like really create a sanctuary that is love, that feels like home, not just a house. Okay, let's get into Leah's question, and then we're probably going to wrap it up if some of you guys are not going to sing out on Instagram. Please give me a thumbs up on Instagram. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube, please give me the love. How about 3 orange hearts in the chat box of the replay? I'd appreciate that, guys. Now, who am I reading for? Leah. Is it the right thing to let go of my crush completely, both personally and professionally? I don't want to look petty by avoiding a professional relationship. So you can see there's a crossover between work and love in Leah's situation. Is it the right thing? Is it correct action just to completely cut ties with all of it? Oh. My feeling is no, because you'd be doing yourself an adjustment. And what happened? As I said, no, because you'll be feeling like you'll be doing yourself an injustice. And what did I pull? The betrayal card. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think it's really important to not betray yourself because of how you're feeling at this time. That would just be like cutting your nose off to spite your face. And I know that it's difficult if you have had some emotions stir up. It's easier to avoid situations. Yeah, it's about resetting the way you think about this and know that you can move from rough waters to calmer seas by changing your thoughts. This is actually the 6 of Swords. I just want one more card for you. What is the best way for you to let go of the old beliefs around this relationship dynamic? Oh, do you know what I got? I mean, hello. I got the 8 of Cups, which is literally somebody walking away from an emotional connection, knowing they're meant for more and there's something better. But I'm like, we know that. We've just asked why and how, please. That is what we asked the cards, and they've given us the actual thing that's happening. Although if we go a bit deeper into this card, what did I say? It's an 8 energy. It's like personal power, inner strength. This character is you, Leah. She knows she's meant for more. She is willing to recognize that some of your emotional needs and wants were fulfilled by this dynamic, this relationship, this character. And take note and say to the universe, this and more, please. Is helping you to refine what you want, to be very aware of your preferences and what specific things really lit your heart up. What is it that you're attached to there? And the next stage of this is actually to show appreciation to the universe for actually gifting you this scenario so that you can really recognize what you are drawing into yourself. And this is a positive thing because this particular character actually had a lot of what you desire, which means you're getting closer and closer to your next soulmate love life connection. Just blooming brilliant, isn't it? You know, if you want to join my cosmic consulting classes coming up, we've got some classes that include you actually tuning into your future soulmate, to actually feel into, in some cases, people see the image of this person. And I know this might sound really out there, but this is like includes timeline jumping. You can actually see the next character. And if you can pick up what the lessons are in the relationship, sometimes you can actually jump to the next one without even needing to go through Mr. Meantime to get Mr. Right or Mrs. Right or Mrs. Meantime or Miss Meantime or Ms. or whoever they are, your partner. Because this is a powerful, incredibly powerful technique that I am going to be teaching in the Cosmic Consulting Classes 2024, which kick off in February. By the way, you can get the early bird price for 2 months for the price, 3 months for the price of 2. Just an FYI, if you're interested, these are fortnightly 1 hour live intuitively guided classes. Whilst the intuition is a big part of the flow, there are also prepped classes that are previously downloaded to me and other times before, just like the one I just gave you an example of. This year, Cosmic Consulting is actually going to be so much superior than, this is next year, than this year. We are also adding a Q&A section to it where people can bring their questions about the topic we're discussing, and you basically get a few minutes of live coaching, therapy, channeling, whatever you need to hear on that day. So it's we're upping the game. Business is just coming into its own, and I have more and more to offer you all the time. I cannot wait for Cosmic Consulting to start this year. I just wish I was starting it in January, but everybody else is on holidays, so I have to wait. Yeah, you'll be receiving some emails soon. If you're not on my database, please just send me your email and I will keep you posted with all the goodness that we have to offer. Brenda, are you going to ask a question? Because we're about to wrap it up. I'm pretty sure we've done everybody and it's been groovy. If Leah wants to know any other information, we'll cover that in your session later this week. If you're keen to find out more of what you can experience through Oracle Encore, you can check out oracleencore.com. I'd love you to look at what's going on because we are definitely super excited about 2024. Many people are going to be showing the world their light far bigger than they ever have. Maybe it's you. Maybe I can help you do that. Who knows? We can ask the cards next week. Well, we're going to wrap it up, guys. I'll let you know that I do love you and I do appreciate you. And this is one of my favorite times of the week. So it means a lot to me that you turn up. And I look forward to seeing you here. Same time, 4:44 New Zealand time, every Tuesday. Bye. See you later. Thank you. And sayonara to everybody on Zoom. Just a small group today, but it has been nice to have you here, especially first timers. And we will wrap it up and yeah, let me know your feedback. Always love to hear from you. Okay, bye.